All right. Welcome, everybody.
We are back with Rubber Ducky team taking on a Big Shmeat gang. We were just sorting out an emergency sub, which has gotten taken care of, and we will be getting into pro draft shortly.
The emergency sub that you've all been waiting for is Complexopedia himself, the man.
Yeah, he's
Top
been on
laner
what,
for
3 different teams?
he's made his way around. Yeah. He has made
Complex
his way
gets
around.
around.
He does, yeah. And BBC's top laner will be playing mid for Rubber Ducky team tonight. Emergency sub. Edge the Owl could not make it tonight. But nonetheless, we are almost getting ready to roll into pro draft. Yeah, we got a pretty hype game tonight.
Yeah, super good game. It should be very fun to watch. Castroma taking on Complex, the sub, and then quite the battle in jungle with Intensify against Aided. And we have Bruce
Yes.
versus one above. My money's on Bruce.
Yeah, this is a pretty big game for Big Shmi game because if they win here, they are now they then tie Rubber Ducky team record wise, and
Yep,
that's huge for um
for
that's huge for
standings.
like playoff. Yeah, standing. Sorry, excuse me.
Yep,
Okay, but actually, I guess we're gonna watch the project as it happens. So we can go ahead and
take a
go over
gander
here.
at that. I
Yeah.
don't know if RDT, if they actually lose like their first 3 bands for. Okay. Nope, a Valley Bear band coming out. Intensify played that last week, looked really good. Nunu coming out as a ban. Aided's been playing a little bit of that, and Nunu's very strong, so both good bands.
Yeah, for sure. Nunu's still pretty strong despite the slight nerfs to the slight nerfs, and although his play rate's been down a little bit recently, he's still a very strong pick, especially in the meta right now.
Yeah, and the
Kha'Zix
Kha'Zix.
also,
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
go for it.
Yo,
Kha'Zix, Kha'Zix getting banned out here. Ezreal followed, and we're on the last ban for Rubber Ducky team on the boost for the first phase. God damn it! All right.
and the Ivern ban. So I'm not. I've seen Intensify play a little bit of Ivern on his match history. So seeing the Ivern ban coming through, I'm not surprised, but I guess it depends. His big strength is team synergy with the Triss band following that, and we see the Pant covered for RDT.
Yeah, very good first pick if they manage to decide to go further here, which they do. Very good first pick. It can be flexed into basically 3 different roles, or full 4 actually: mid, jungle, top, and support. Very good pick. A lot of flexibility. Gonna get an answer from Big Shmi game with the Alistar. Gonna get that support pick early, which is pretty interesting. There's the Anivia.
Yeah, both really solid picks. 1v Nami played Alistar last week and looked really good on it. So I'm happy to see the Alistar again. Anivia, obviously really strong in the current meta. But the thing is, maybe they were hoping to play Pantheon mid, like as a flex pick for Complex. But I guess we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the matchup Pantheon versus Anivia, but I'm guessing Pantheon doesn't really do too well in it. Despite his early game pressure, Anivia just kind of has a lot of zoning pressure, especially with the her passive. She doesn't die.
Yeah.
She doesn't die really at all. And the Shen is also going to be the pick here for the top lane, I'm guessing. Also could be support, but likely going to see in the top lane. So it's not going to be Pantheon top here. And we have one more pick for our production team for Big Shmeat. Gang gets to pick their last pick in the first phase. And something to note here is I'm surprised with the Alistar pick so early. Although Alistar is, well, he's kind of always good. He's never really bad. But just support picking to start it off in general is, it's interesting. Although there is going to be the Ash Hover here, so that's not too terrible because if you pick support and don't pick ADC, you can kind of just ban out any ADCs that have good synergy with it. And it's kind of hard for the ADC to pick off of that. But anyway, Rubber Ducky team locks in the Jhin for the last pick. of first phase, and Ash is the answer. And now we're back. Now we're on to the second round of ban phase.
Yeah, the first pick, Alistar, it asserts dominance across the board. So whether or not you like it, it's just, the order of operations around here.
Absolutely.
Hecarim and Olaf bans coming out. They're really throwing a lot of bans at the jungle. And a Vi ban coming out. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 bans into the jungle.
Yeah,
They
that pool
don't.
is getting a little tight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one tight pool. They don't want anyone. They don't want either jungler on something they're comfortable with.
Absolutely, and a lot of junglers nowadays are pretty carry oriented, or they're snowball oriented, as in they snowball other laners. But yeah, so all the junglers that have been banned away are really good picks right now, and the Mordekaiser is the one that closed it out, and that's pretty surprising actually. Well, I guess it's
Yeah.
not that surprising because Shen's a bad pick, and or Mordekaiser's a good pick into Shen rather. Urgot's gonna be the pickup instead for the top lane for Big Shmeat Gang.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the top laner of BSG has been playing Mord. I believe so. But again, it kind of varies. At least we got shotgun knees in the top lane. It should be interesting. The Amumu pick coming through. Overall, really good. Yeah, because I mean, he'll provide that team wide ult that, it'll just, if he ults a backline, hopefully he can lock down everyone. But again, that's going to be kind of difficult with Alistar being super big, Anivia, through her passive, and even Urgot.
Yeah, the movement pick's pretty strong here, I think. Likely going to see Pantheon. Oh, actually, holy crap, that's a lot of frontline.
Yeah, and a Malphite.
Yeah, that's a tanky squad for Rubber Ducky team, and so they're really, really relying on this Jhin getting fed, or unless Malphite goes AP, which he totally could, because they actually do need some AP.
Yeah, if you're BSG, how do you round up your comp here?
I'm gonna be honest. So you need a jungler, and I think
J4.
J4 is the last pick here into a Mumu. I don't know that matchup all too well.
It kind of depends. I mean, J4 can punish Amumu early, but I think Amumu may provide a little bit more for utility. It's weird because there's a lot of obviously just, Amumu lacks up for a lot of CC there, and J4 you can be said the same, but I think he just fell a little bit lower on the tier list. And they are ready. So we're probably going to be starting the game going into the spectator countdown. But I mean, ideally, looking at these comps, what are your thoughts?
It's interesting. Rubber Ducky team's very, very tanky, very frontline dependent, and they really need Jhin to get ahead. If Jhin doesn't get ahead, they're gonna have 0 damage, really. Maybe Pantheon. But then again, it could be Pantheon support. We don't really know because it could be Pantheon support, Malphite mid, or Malphite support, Pantheon mid, or maybe even Shen support. Who knows? They have a lot of flexibility still, and we won't know until they actually pick it. On the other side, Big Shmeat Gang kind of has a lot of everything. They have a good frontline with Alistar. They have really good pick potential with Anivia, Ashe, and J4, and they can clean up really easily with Urgot Ultimate. I'm not sure if J4 will go Glass Cannon this game. I don't think he will, just because there's a lot of AD damage coming from Ashe and Urgot. But we'll just have to see. We will just have to see. But I do actually like the J4 pick here last because it does lock down Jhin pretty easily. And if Jhin has no flash, then you can't really go anywhere. And since he's going to be really the only carry threat, if they can lock him down, then it's kind of just GG.
Yeah, well, it's going to be J4 layered with Anivia ult. So
Yeah.
it'll be the ultimate crowd control.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of peel for that Jhin, but none of their champions really have all that much peel. Like they do have obviously they have CC to stop someone from in their tracks, but they don't have a Thresh like Flay or an Amumu or a Nunu slow or
Yeah.
an ult or something like that. But they just have hard engage. They want to go in one direction and they don't want to go out. They just want to go in and dominate. And if that doesn't work, then they're kind of just screwed. There's nothing they can really do about that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over the fact that they actually threw 7 bans at jungle.
Yeah, a lot of respect for the top side of the map.
Yeah. I think I like the 2v2s for mid and top though, coming from BSG. I mean, even a Mumu Pantheon and a Mumu Shem, I guess the same can be said. But they're going to be locking in their picks soon, so we shall see who's going where.
Yeah, just getting into it. Yeah, we're looking at the actual draft right now. You guys can't see that, but just going through the bench right now, so no picks yet on like so we know which position every champion is going. It's really just the Rubber Ducky team though. Big Shmeat gang, I think we can kind of infer where everyone's going there. But a Nivea pick I think is really good into really any of them. Although it wasn't picked into them, I think it's just a favorable matchup between or against Pantheon or Malphite, whichever it may be.
Yeah.
If it is Malphite AP Malphite, then she's gonna have a little bit of a difficult time, especially once he hits 6, because that might get a little dangerous. Because you know AP Malphite is really fair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think the one thing too, so both team comps seem like they have obvious win conditions, right? But the other condition that I would see maybe as an issue is just overall. I know Intensify recently just like switched into jungle. I've played J4 myself and I hate how bad he feels in terms of his clear speed. So if Intensify puts a little bit too much pressure into trying to get some of these laners ahead and he falls behind in farming against a Mumu, which I mean it's a Mumu, he clears really fast. I could see J4, becoming somewhat irrelevant towards the mid to late game.
yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. But like I was saying earlier, he does still have the ultimate that can lock down Jin. But
Yeah.
that's if he falls behind, that's kind of the only thing he's gonna bring. He's gonna be able to ult. He's gonna get blown up instantly, and then he's gonna have to rely on his team to finish him off. And it actually does look like we're gonna have a Malphite top, Pantheon mid, and it's gonna be Shen support, which is not what I was expecting really.
Yeah. I don't know how the matchups go overall, but I think Shen is actually pretty good into Alistar just because of his abilities being able to, I believe, like block the pulverize and everything coming out of Alistar. If I'm not mistaken, I could be entirely wrong.
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not totally sure about that matchup either. But yeah, Malphite top, Pantheon mid, Shen support. They have a lot of map pressure with the Shen and the Pantheon, for that matter. They have a ton of early game crowd control with
Yeah,
for Rubber Ducky
global
team.
alties.
This is gonna be spicy. I like this. I like
Yeah,
this.
it really is. I'm excited. Um, I don't know. Like typically you can look at a comp and see, who kind of won through draft, but overall, honestly, it's pretty even.
I think personally, I think I have to give this one to Big Shmeat gang, however, because
Yeah.
they have more damage, really. Like they're entirely relying on Jin to get ahead, because Pantheon's gonna fall off. He might do some pretty decent damage mid game, but he's gonna fall off because he's Pantheon. That's what he does. And Anivia and Ash will also melt the tanks with. I'm guessing Anivia builds some magic pen items after her main build. But if she wants to, she totally can get the what is it? Void staff. Void staff. That's right. I mean, I play AP champs. I should know that. Void staff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
which
think
will absolutely melt
Ash
the front
goes
line.
Kraken Slayer too, right?
Yeah, well, she totally should this game. Yeah,
Yeah, it would be perfect.
yeah, lots of tanks, lots of front line. Yeah, it's but yeah, overall, I gotta give the draft win to Big Shmeat Gang here over the incredibly tanky front line that is Rubber Ducky team. And so now we're just gonna wait to get into the game, which will be just over 2 minutes, and we will see you then about 2 minutes.
Bros.
All right, and we're on the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rubber Ducky Team versus Big Shmeat Gang. Big Shmeat Gang sitting at 4-1 right now, and Rubber Ducky Team at 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. And anything interesting on the rune side of things? Conquer on Amumu. I don't know if that's new.
No, that's pretty standard. He gets a lot of healing back and just overall tankiness, just because he'll stay in fight so long. We do have Jin taking Fleet Footwork
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed to Dark Harvest.
yeah. Personally, I'm a Dark Harvest type of Jin player. You can snowball super easily and you scale really well into the late game with it. Fleet footwork, although it helps you in lane, it doesn't really help you beyond that. Especially with the amount of movement speed that Jin gets from auto attacking the crit.
Oh,
Yeah,
GG
everything
on
else.
Bruce landing the poke.
Attaboy. But yeah, everything else looks pretty standard. 2 teleports, 2 ignites. Well, 4 ignites actually. But ignites in the mid lane and ignites for the support. Heals. Everything is pretty standard here. Nothing going on. That's too crazy right now. We'll have an Inferno drag up for the first drag of the game in just over 3 minutes, so no Spicy Soul. Well, it could be the Ocean Soul, but no Infernal Soul.
J4 looking for a level 2 possibly in the mid lane. But he sees it. Gets to knock up some early damage. And Chunks complex down to roughly about half. If he has to pop a potion. And he's going to be going to his bot side now.
Yeah, interesting little pattern there. He totally could have taken the red buff.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually pinging it, so they think that he did do that. They're just wasting time now. Maybe that was a pretty smart move by Ashley.
And that was a lot of damage. Half a Knight just got chunked for 3/4 of his HP.
Yes, the early gamer got damage. A little bit of engage going on in the mid lane. Gastromer drops the ignite. Complex Media getting taken pretty low. Gonna have to force him really early back. Now we want to see from a Pantheon. Oh, he's not backing. He decided to stay. Maybe Amumu's picking it out. They're looking for an early kill onto a Nivea, although it's gonna be hard to with the passive still up. Flash in.
Oh, first blood going over to the Anivia. They should be able to get the, and they don't. I was gonna say maybe they could pop the passive, but J4 was right there too on the flank.
Yeah, that was a pretty questionable play, even though Pantheon does have the early game damage to to bully out any mage. He got taken way too low. So going in there is just kind of a I don't know, weird champ. I'll just say it's kind of weird champ.
Yeah, I think maybe he could have eaten one of the Qs too, because you eat a level 1 Q and a level 1 E, and I think that does upwards towards like 120 damage level. You know, just being level 1 as skills.
Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately for Complexpedia, Gastromer does grab the first blood. It's gonna make his game a little bit more difficult. Lots of damage going out onto him again. That's the power of a Nivea mid lane right now. She is really, really strong.
Going in for another trade again, taking her for half HP. Dodging the Q a little bit better than last time. And everything else, it just seems pretty standard. Apart from the first blood in mid lane, you have Jin up in CS, Uri got up in CS, and the jungle seems to be relatively easy. Or relatively even, excuse me.
Yeah, game is pretty even right now. Just about a 500 gold lead, and that's really coming out of the kill and the CS lead top. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a slow game, I imagine. Not really expecting too much. It's kind of hard for Anivia to follow up on any gank that J4 gives, but Grandmaster on the Urgon in their hand can follow up quite easily.
Aided providing nice peel for the Pantheon. I'm gonna be honest. I got a little scared there. He ate the stun, and I'm like, no, don't do it to
Yeah.
him.
Now, if she had her little ice thing up, then I think he might have been dead there. But unfortunately, she just used it prior, so he knew he was okay. Yeah. So
Yeah,
so far, so calm, really. Kind of as we
yeah,
expected, though.
it's peaceful.
It is for now. The dragon is up on the board. Has been for almost a minute, but no real signs of either junglers looking to go for that. And the bot lane wave is pretty much centered.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get as much action in bot as we've seen. You know, both of them having ignite, being a Shiny Alistar, but I guess maybe that's standard.
Yeah, I think the plays are going to have to come through Ash Arrow, which she won't have till she's level 6, so it's going to be kind of hard for them to make really anything happen. For now,
Yeah, and
at
they're picking
least.
out this Drake. J4 might be looking to rotate. They kind of have an idea of what they want to do.
Both junglers are here, but Ash is low on health and mana. Maybe maybe the dragon isn't the best option here.
Yeah, if you're RDT, you kind of want to, you know, you want to try to make a play. You have a movement coming in for the lane gank. BSG could be falling for the oldest trick in the book. There's a mummy in that bush. There's a mummy in that bush. Aided lands the stun, gets knocked back. Shenton comes through. Pantheon all into the bot lane. And Shen securing the kill. But J4 is getting out.
Or so
That's
it
a
seems
lot.
right now.
You have the Pantheon all coming through. I would like to see them try to secure Drake here. For all the resources they just spent trying to put pressure towards bot, I feel like that's where you kind of rotate for Drake.
Yeah, I would have too, but it looks like they're not going for it. Very clean fight though. That was a good it was a good bait by RDT's bot lane.
Yeah, but the other thing to note too is Ashe didn't die there.
True, yeah, she did not. But she did burn the flash though, so pretty easy gank opportunity for the next 4.5 minutes ish.
Yep.
Nonetheless, they do get the kill onto Alistar, 1v Nami. And Jin does have a significant CS lead over Ashe as well. So they're sitting pretty in the bot lane.
Roughly 500 gold.
Just about. Coming back with a Noon Quiver for both already. There's a boot advantage for Jin right here. Will be a little faster than Ashe. Just a tad.
And J4 actually built a pickaxe. So looking like he's not going to be going tank J4.
Glass Cannon? Oh yeah.
Possibly.
Oh
Something.
yeah. I love Glass Cannon. Or maybe he's going for I don't know, does J4 build Tiamat anymore? Like the Tiamat items, Ravenous Hydra?
Not usually. He's got a lot of builds that he can play around with. He's almost like Kindred. There's a lot of different options.
Right, alright, makes sense.
Chunk coming out in the top lane. Does Half a Knight just get the kill on Grandmaster here? Flash coming out for Urgot, and the shield coming through. Barely getting away.
Just barely. You're gonna have to miss this wave though.
Cast Aroma.
Yeah, Grandmaster's gonna have to miss that wave though. He doesn't have TP to get back.
Yeah.
And Mumu's pinging the Rift Herald. Looks like he's probably gonna start it up, try to get some early gold with the Rift Herald here. With the plates, on the plates. While on the bot side, J4 is soloing the drag, it seems, looking at the map here. Seems to be pretty solid secure for both objectives by both teams.
And he wound up going Gore Drinker.
Wait, did he sell that, or does that build into it?
I believe it builds in. I believe it builds into it.
Yeah, I don't play AD champs. I'm not sure. I could have sworn it was something else though, but whatever. Okay, so he does go the Gore Drinker, probably gonna, or the item that builds into that Iron Spike Whip into the Gore Drinker. So he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna have a crap ton of sustain. Especially since he's gonna be diving in onto the front line, or onto the back line. The front line is definitely gonna like flock to him to try to get him off Jin, and so that heal's gonna be crazy because it scales with the amount of people that you hit with it. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good build actually. J4 actually is getting caught out here in Amumu's jungle. As the blast cone though, I'm just gonna blast cone away.
Yeah, and you do have 4 melee on the side of Rubber Ducky team. So getting the actual like use out of the Gore Drinker is going to be huge. I really like the itemization. J4 coming back around, catching out Amumu. Amumu smiting early. Shenol coming through with the Amumu. That's 3 ults. Hello,
That's the kitchen sink
global.
right there.
Yeah.
Woo. So that was probably the most expensive red buff you've ever stolen, Intensify.
Yeah. That's when I don't know. Some more action coming through. Just missing the taunt. Amumu not hitting the bandage, just out of range. And now we're transitioning to top lane. Half a Knight getting chunk for half his HP.
Yeah, the top lane matchup's kind of just going back and forth.
Yeah, I think it'll be different. If Half a Knight overextends, then he can just get caught out and die partially. But if he has his ult up, he can just ult away. Rift
Yeah,
being
also
top
has the
top
flash
for
as well.
plates.
Also has the flash as well. Yeah, Rift Herald was used by give a little extra gold to Jin, Shen, and Amumu.
3 rotating for top. Half a Knight spots it out. They're all pinging it.
Has the ult and flash. He should get out of this pretty easily. Yeah, there he just ults away. Yeah, this is what you want to do though. That's what you want to do in team play. So they use the Rift Herald bot. They got a lot of plates and stuff off of that. Now they're going to try to get some plates here. Maybe even a kill here. Ooh.
Intensify going in. Amumu's here. Castroma landing the stun. And that's going to be pretty big. Malphite's down for 24 seconds, and that's an Urgot J4 in the top lane. That's
just an unfortunate situation for Half a Knight there. Like, he couldn't really go back because, like, back to his tower, I mean, because, you know, he probably would have just gotten dove, but he also didn't want to miss the XP. But, the best play there is to actually just back and go back to base and just pick up whatever you can with the gold that you have. It's really a shitty situation, but it's what you got to do there if you don't want to give up a kill. But unfortunately, they did give up a kill, and Intensify picks it up, right?
Castroma.
Oh, he did?
I believe so. Correct?
I thought he got a kill on Pantheon early, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, correct. No,
okay,
no,
so,
you're correct.
Okay, so it was J4, okay. Well, regardless, Anivia got the assist. She was there to help. Yeah, I thought it was Anivia first too, but then I saw that she only had 1 kill, so I'm like, wait, it must have been J4. But yeah, so Urgot already has the Divine Sunderer, a whole almost 30 CS over Malphite right now. CS, although that CS lead is made up for in the bot lane, Jin has just over 20 CS lead on the Ashe.
It should be pretty interesting. It is still an even game, being, you know, an 800 difference across the board, with Half Knight getting some plates to kind of lessen the deficit. But I don't know. I feel like if you just go even, it's going to be easier on the side of BSG to kind of close out the game, because everyone's just going to scale a little bit better with the Anivia Ashe.
I think so too. Yeah, they're gonna melt the tanks, and like obviously having tanks is like really nice for your team comp and for the Jin to carry. But Jin needs to be a little more fed than he is right now if he wants to carry. But yeah, later on in the game, I think that
Flash on coming through, landing Amumu all coming through. Ashe gets deleted. Alistar having to flash out. Here's a curtain call. 1 hits, 2 hits. The third and the 4th connects, but not enough to kill. And really, that's nice because Drake's up. No, go ahead.
Yeah, really. I was actually just gonna say that Drake was up, so really good play by RDT there to chain the CC with the flashes onto the Ashe. That kind of secures them their first Drake of the game and ties up the Drake lead. Although Amumu is losing his entire top side for that. I think it's worth. I think it's pretty worth.
Yeah, but they might know this, and he is going into the bot side of J4 to kind of, take what was his on the top side.
He might just give it to one above, though. Will he? He does not. Oh, and the Gromp resets. That's got to feel bad.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Still going to get it, though. Still going to get it. Just wasted a little more time there. Yeah, this is a... I think we're in for a pretty, like, drawn-out game, I think. It's very... kills are very low. Dragon's 1-1. Gold is just about 2,000 gold lead for
the Pantheon all coming through. That's a little ambitious. Gets knocked under the turret. 1v Nami. Eluding danger.
Yeah, that was a very interesting play. Like I was not expecting that whatsoever. It's hard to dive an Alistar as is, but with the Ashe there too, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think they just want a tower here, which they do get. They want to trade at least one of the towers back and cut that gold lead down just a little bit. That's where most of the gold lead was going.
Oh, he gets it, and he's done. From downtown.
Yeah, great chain CC there. And not not even getting him a chance.
This is gonna be a push from BSG. Shen getting locked up and dying. I don't know how he died there. Double kill going over to Castoroma. That's a triple kill.
And okay, I literally just said this might be a long drawn out game, but here we are 17 minutes in and the inhib is already being cracked.
Yeah, it's a classic case of the caster curse. If you say something, immediately something else happens.
True, yeah. Yeah, I'm experiencing that quite a lot actually. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. So an inhib is already cracked here. And RDT or Big Shmeat gang is doing work on the bot side as well. Kind of in control of this game.
Yeah, well, that's huge. The amount of momentum they just got off that was massive. Grandmaster
sure.
red buff.
Yeah, he's like, this ain't your jungle anymore. This is mine.
Yeah,
mine
this
alone.
is going to be one of the scenarios where, if Amumu gets kind of far behind, he can't ever really go in, or he'll just get blown up.
Yeah, he will still always have the CC though, which can still be helpful in these fights. But like you said, he's just gonna get blown up right after he uses it, if he even gets a chance to use it.
Yeah, Anivia though, highest level in the game.
Most amount of gold in the game as well.
That's a big bird.
Yeah, it's a very big bird. 2.4k up on the Pantheon right now. Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with that. And she scales well enough, like as is. So I don't know. It's not really where you want to be if you're RDT right now. You have to adjust your entire playstyle really just to deal with her.
And for the lack of AP, they're having a little bit of issues clearing this mid wave.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually. They don't have a lot of wave clear whatsoever.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they weren't expecting to lose their inhib this early into the game either, but still.
Yep.
Half a night.
On the flank.
You're up a little too far, my friend.
He does have his ult to get out of here. As long as that doesn't hit, he's good. Flashing the Amumu stun. Shen'll coming through, locks him up. Grandmaster's just going to be dead.
A good play by RDT, taking out the Yeah, and there's the J4 roll that I was saying.
Yeah, great play coming out from Intensify and my boy Bruce. Castoroma getting out of there. Another kill going over to the fed bird.
The big bird. Yeah, so it was a good pick by or I guess counter pick, because Urgot thought that he picked out Malphite, but they turned it around and got the kill on Urgot. But on the bot side, like they're losing so much for that. Like it was a good pick. They got to take whatever they can, but like, they're not getting much else.
A lot of power coming through. Amumu getting the shutdown onto Intensify. Half a Knight's there to provide some peel. He gets locked up and he's dead. Amumu goes in. That's a double kill for the bird. Bird is the word.
Bird is the word, especially for this game right here. This is crazy.
And Ocean Drake is up. They're probably going to be rotating for that. So they focused everything up top for a kill on Urgot, and then they lost. 2 died, and then they lost a turret off it. So yeah, they killed the Urgot, but I don't think that was worth in hindsight.
And they also lost a a Nexus turret.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that
yeah.
wave clear.
Yeah, no wave clear whatsoever. They really needed some wave clear there. Like a brand would have been nice, brand support. That'd be pretty sick. That's gives the AP too, but you know, brand support is not the best right now. But anyway, looking for another pick on a Grandmaster here. Dodges the root, or the stun rather.
Yeah. And that's a tank. Stun coming up, and Grandmaster should just go down. Alting to secure the kill.
So much crowd control. They could do so much with this comp, but I think they're just too far behind to really do much of anything right now. They have so many tools to get onto Anivia and stun her up to stop her ultimate from going down, but they just haven't had a proper 5v5 team fight. And even if they do, I'm not sure they can one-shot her or not.
Yep, and Castrum are going on to half a night. The arrow going a little bit splitting the poles. TP coming out for the Shen, or alt coming out for the Shen.
Just a little safety net there for the Amumu, making sure he doesn't get picked out before this inevitable Baron fight. Yeah, the Baron is going to be the next play here, I believe. I don't think the game's going to go on until a Dragon Soul is here, despite what I said about 5 minutes ago or so. Yeah, it's definitely going to be Baron. Baron's going to be the next player, and they can melt that. Big Shmeat gang at least.
Yeah,
RDT,
Big
Shmeat
gang
they have any
is one team fight away from probably ending this. 1v Nami going in. They're probably gonna... Oh, J4. Amumu just kind of caught out here. He doesn't have flash. I don't think they realize that. Half a night almost going down. J4 onto the backline, killing one above. Actually falling to the Urgot here. Half a night, you're not going anywhere. The Amumu's fleeing. That's J4 and the Amumu, and they're just dead. With the Pantheon on the flank, killing the Anivia. And
yeah, they killed the carries.
Yeah, it's a 3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3. That's pretty surprising given the circumstances. Maybe a 3 for 4 here.
Yeah.
Let's miss the taunt though. I think it doesn't matter.
Might be caught out. And I think they can kill Urgot too. He says, "Come here. I gotta tell you a secret." He doesn't want to know. He just ran away. The disrespect.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad. Yeah, so that fight was it started off pretty weird. Amumu was definitely caught between a rock and another rock known as Malphite. Yeah. Wait, no, Malphite's on his team. Never mind. Ignore me.
He literally was caught between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, he was stuck on the wall with no flash.
Yeah, but he managed to land an ult onto Ashe and Anivia, and that turned into both of them dead eventually. Like Ashe kind of got blown up, but Anivia eventually died later. So given the circumstances, that was I think that was a win for RDT. I'm surprised they actually came out ahead in that.
Yeah, well,
4 kills.
Pantheon got massive bounties off that. Shutting down the Anivia was 1,000 gold right there, and I think he picked up another kill on top of that. So it's good. That's kind of what you need to happen. I think you need these scrappy, disorientated fights because you don't win the straight up fight. So you kind of have to force it on your terms.
Yeah, a lot of the damage onto the backline, which is Anivia and Ashe, is going to have to come through Pantheon. So if he gets fed, like it's really, really good for RDT because Jin's not going to get to that backline. He needs to try to survive by killing the tanks in the front. He won't be able to get to the backline. But Pantheon, he has an ultimate that lets him go damn near anywhere. So he can get on the backline no problem. It's just a matter of can he one-shot them before they one-shot him.
Yeah, and the Shen can also provide like the lockdown CC by ulting the Malphite or the Pantheon or even the Amumu.
Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah, he can follow very well. And that's actually a really good point. I hadn't even thought of that. But if Shen ults Pantheon as Pantheon's ulting in, they have a lot of damage and a lot of CC to kill both the carries, with still having some peel and tanking it to and a front line for Jin to stay behind. That's actually, if they can execute that, that's a pretty smart play there.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to come down to damn near perfection though. And look at these items. The Mumu and Malphite have the exact same thing, aside from the trinkets.
Yep.
Nice, I love it. Love it. They do have the heal cut for the J4 and the Ashe, and a little bit of Urgot, I guess, as well. Mostly for the J4, though, I'd imagine. And third dragon, is it being taken right now? It certainly looks like it. Yes, it is. And there it is. It is now soul points for Shmeat Gang.
Oh, ate it going in a little deep. Gets locked up. Gets the R off. Pantheon all coming through. Kills the Ashe on top of the J4. But Castrom was chunked out with not much HP. Pantheon on J4. Meanwhile, Half a Knight on the Urgot. Can't get the kill. Jin's still back there trying to deal with the tanks. Malphite goes down. There's so much. And a double kill over to the J4 to intensify.
Yeah, that looked pretty good for RDT at first, but the tanks do damage, and J4 also does damage. So although they got the 2 carries down, they still have to deal with Urgot and J4, who do a significant amount of damage, despite being semi-tanky. But it was a pretty good fight overall, I think, for BSG in the end. But RDT still showing that they can compete for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, just 4 minutes ago, it was down to like a 3K gold difference, and now we're back towards like a 5K gold difference.
Yeah, I think Baron's gonna be the next play here for sure. And I think that fight right there might decide whether or not RDT loses right then and there or not. Yeah, it's gonna be that fight for sure.
Yeah, I will say, I am liking how Intensify's been playing. I feel overall he's been playing really well, for one thing to be noted. Him and Castroma. The one thing too is Grandmaster's literally just been splitting. Like, yeah, he's been there on a few team fights, but my man is just creating pressure on the map.
Yeah, and there's not much that the enemy team can really do. I mean, they have to send at least 2 to kill him, and
Yep.
once they do that, RDT's or Big Shmeat Gang, excuse me, is just gonna take advantage of that, like they're
Grandmaster
doing right now.
getting caught out here. I don't know. Shenol coming through. Grandmaster back onto the Jin. The Amumu all coming through, which is huge. A lot of damage. Shutdown onto the Shen. Meanwhile, Aided is on the Amumu, or Anivia. She gets locked up. Wait, this could be the team fight they were hoping for. Castroma gets out. Just kidding. Lands a stun. Malphite withal comes through. Another kill over to Jin. That's a collector. Half a Knight securing a kill.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
What just happened?
Holy crap, that was such a long fight. They are so tanky. They can't kill them.
What the hell was that?
They can't kill them. And that's gonna be Baron here. Holy crap, this is the fight of the Baron that I was talking about. This is when the game starts to turn around a little bit. They're playing these fights so well. Pantheon is going for the backline every single time, and he has enough damage to one-shot them.
Yeah, and he has to be careful. He might execute to the Baron.
Oh no!
Oh, he goes down.
They're not
And
even
they
gonna
can't
get
take
it.
the Baron. That's where you ping your Malphite. Malphite. Baby,
Oh
please.
no!
Oh.
No! Oh, that's so unfortunate. But
I see why Complex wanted to sub in. I see.
but they know that they can win the fights now. They just had to win that one. And now they got a lot of shutdowns, they got a lot of gold, and now they're strong as hell. And the Baron's still up, so the next fight's still gonna be at the Baron. I bet they're gonna try to get it before the dragon comes up though, because I'm sure Big Shmeat Gang does not mind taking the Ocean Soul over the Baron. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do not mind taking that at all.
That would have been the perfect storm to get Baron, but I guess we'll see how they, how they continue to play this out. If you do get Baron there, the best possible thing that you can do is split, because with the Anivia, you know, she has such good wave clear that it's hard to siege with Anivia there.
Yeah, true. They're gonna have to split up the map at least a little bit.
And they're gonna need to pick before this Drake spawns.
Yeah, it looks like the
think that's
Drake
where
is
they
gonna be the
force
play.
it.
The Dragon's gonna be the play over the Baron. Yeah. They know they have to stop
Yeah.
this. Ocean
They
Soul
have
is
to
definitely not
decide.
something you want to give to.
They're going in. They're
Alistar.
kind of split.
Yeah, they are
BSG
split.
has the lane to just take the inhib. Are they conceding this? Who's on first base?
They're looking for an angle here. I think Amumu's trying to go in. He totally can. Oh, they're kind of pinched between their towers though.
The Malphite all coming through, but there's no follow through. What is that damage?
Carries are gone.
Yeah, shit, they're dead. They can turn this around. That Malphite damage was insane. Just kidding. Amumu goes down. Intensifies there. Does he have Gore Drinker coming up? That could turn the fight again. But no. He's dead.
Oh, he wants some.
Execute. Curtain call coming out. One miss. Flash taunt misses.
Oh no.
That misses.
Oh, close.
One hit.
They should get the dragon here.
Take those.
They totally should get the dragon here.
There's no smite, so if they go for it, they could risk a 50-50. And they go for Drake and maybe mid. Yeah. So they deny soul point and they take mid turret. I like the call.
Within 500 gold now.
Yeah.
It was like 7,000 just a couple minutes ago.
Did you see Malphite ult Anivia?
I did not, but they're playing these fights so well. They're locking them down like crazy. I love it. I saw Pantheon on the map. He was sitting in the fountain. He was just waiting for an angle. Like they went in, and Pantheon followed up, and boom, Ash was
That
dead.
Malphite ult was finger licking good.
You gotta give Malphite's gotta build like one AP item. Come on, do it for the boys. One AP item. Oh, that'd be super spicy. Yeah, Ash wouldn't be able to play the game.
Yeah.
Oh, if only. That'd be pretty hype. But so Baron is still up. Dragon will not be up for another 4 minutes, so the next fight's definitely gonna have to be Baron. 20 kills to 20, 5,000 gold lead, 500. Excuse me, 500 gold lead.
Yeah, this is an even game.
Yeah, in every aspect except for the towers. Tower diff is a little bit large, and maybe
all it takes is one fight.
Yeah. True. But
Malphite's bot lane though. If BSG looks for a fight here, you don't have Malphite. I don't think you fight this.
He does have TP though, but there's not really any place for him to teleport. Well, actually, yeah, there is. Never mind. In the pixel brush. But okay, now he's here.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
You do have mid-wave sieging though, so you have supers pushing the base.
Yeah, I really don't want to be having exposed Nexus this
Yeah.
late in the game.
They're gonna let two waves go through. It looks like Pantheon has to go back for it. They notice us.
They're gonna rush on the Baron.
Yep. They're gonna force the fight here. Pantheon's gonna have to TP in, but
He has the ultimate.
oh yeah, ultimate.
Wait, are they flanking? Wait, what's going on?
They're doing ring around the rosy. Ring around the rosy. Get out. It was 5v4. Huge all coming through. A lot of everyone's stunned up. The Amumu all coming through. One above getting the kill onto Intensify. Half a night killing Bruce. Anivia, you go down. Sorry. And then on the back end of the fight, Ada's there. He was ignited. But I think that's just they're gonna have to go back.
Okay, this is actually pretty crazy. This game is wild. That was such a good ultimate by J4, excuse me. But there was just no follow-up. They were way too far away. Oh, that would have been so nice if Anivia got her ult off underneath that. That would have been huge damage.
It would have. The fight would have been over.
Yeah, for sure.
I respect it. That was great, but just pulling the trigger a little too early.
It was a damn good try, but regardless, the game is not over yet. It's anything but over. We're We're in it. We're in it to win it.
The game
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
just beginning.
It's just beginning, and like it's not like these fights are decisive. Like
There's a 400 gold difference, 35 minutes into the game,
oh,
and
this
it's
is
one.
close.
Yeah, it's crazy. But with that
But
being said, Rubber Ducky team, if they do turn a team fight, they have a lot more gold on the board because they have 5 turrets. So if they do win a team fight, the amount of resources they can get off that is just crazy.
yeah, it's you get the gold from winning the fight, from like the shutdown on the Urgot probably, and the other gold probably from the Baron, and then from the turrets as well, like you were mentioning. Like they're gonna get a lot of gold from the next fight if they win it, of course. If they win it.
Yeah, but again, we're also approaching it too, where if they lose a fight, the flash coming out from Intensify onto the Pantheon gets locked up. Shen all coming through. Shen looking to taunt. Bruce, you don't want that, Bruce. Get out, Bruce. Bruce going down to the Amumu. Huge Amumu all coming through. Pantheon all towards the back line. Overshot it a little bit. It's coming through. Jin gets the kill onto Alistar. Shen killing the Urgot, and it's a 3 for 2.
It is tank meta. Let me tell you, it's 3 for 1 actually.
Or
It is
3 for
tank meta.
1. No, 3 for 2.
No,
Or 3
Pantheon
for
didn't
1.
die.
Oh,
Yeah, Pantheon didn't die.
are you? Oh my God! Yeah,
He
I
lived
see.
that. He
I was
blacked
like,
out at the
wait. Wow.
Yeah, the play was good to go on to Pantheon because he's been really making life difficult for Anivia and Ashe. But here's actually before I continue that thought, here's another
Getting
fight.
locked up here. And that's going to be another Drake going over to the side of RDT.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's a battle for soul in the next in 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so back to what I was saying. It was a good play to try to pick out the Jhin, or not the Jhin, excuse me, the Pantheon with the ultimates and stuff. It was a really good idea. But actually, speaking of getting caught out,
Uh-oh. Ashe doesn't have ult. That gets... Oh, she does. Pantheon's dead. That's a huge bounty.
Yeah, huge, and that means that Anivia and Ashe have one less champion to worry about for the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, and they're probably just going to take Baron here.
Certainly can, but this is going to be a 4v4 because Urgot is bot. He does have teleport, but he has not opted to use it yet.
Yep.
Yeah, they melt this. Holy shisha.
Yeah. That's Anivia damage coming through.
And I think they're just giving this, are they?
They must, but they have to be careful on TP coming through for Urgot on a flank. Granted, there are no wards, but it looks like they might start something off. Malphite out coming through. Aided missing the bandage toss. That's a lot of damage. Deleting the Ashe. One above performing out of his mind right now. Anivia goes into passive. 1v Nami goes down. That's a double kill over to the Jhin. Pantheon gets locked up. That's a triple kill.
Oh my god.
This is so exciting.
This is crazy, man.
Bro,
and Urgot trying to get out.
And he gets locked up. That's Jhin for you, boys. Alistar goes in. I don't know if you want that. Urgot lands the fear with the ult. Another kill. Oh, goes over to... That's the ace.
What Baron? Did someone say Baron? RDT didn't. They don't need that Baron. They don't care if you take it. They're gonna even up the gold right then and there.
With a 4v5. Some might say, Complex, you got caught out. He's gonna argue, no, I didn't. I just won us the game.
All according to the plan.
The master baiter.
Lovely. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, this is a crazy match. Holy crap. Okay, so my earlier prediction of this gonna go late was correct. Woo! Okay, I love late games because they're so much more fun.
Yeah, 40 minutes in.
40 minutes, baby.
Crazy.
Can we see 50 minutes? Can we see 50? I want to see 50.
But yeah, they're gonna have to take the resets and just play for soul. I can't believe this. The game has gone the way it has.
Like just going off of these fights alone, like RDT should be running them over, but somehow somehow Big Shmeat Gang is just staying in this game. Like, it must. I don't know what it's from. Probably just the tower diff, I guess. But Intensify, what are you doing, my guy?
Oh, and that's all coming through. You got to be careful here. But Intensify is chunked for, you know, a third of his HP.
Thank you, Honey Fruit Gods, for supplying. But yeah, so Dragon's up in just under 2 minutes. I'll be surprised if we see anything happen until then. No one wants to get picked out. And just looking up at the gold real quick, RDT has retaken the gold lead by over 1,000.
His full build. He's sitting on 17K, 17.7K gold.
That is a massive sharpshooter right there. Massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. Picking up the red buff there, just a little bit of extra damage and you know, all the fun stuff. But oh man, this is crazy. I want to see some AP on Malphite or Amumu. I want to see it. I want to see some.
Yeah, oddly enough, the Urgot is the second highest gold member on the side of Big Shmeat Gang with 17.3K.
Yeah, he's kind of the only reason why they're still in this, I think, because Ashe and Nivea are just getting deleted. But Urgot is able to work on the backline himself, or he can melt through the tanks pretty easily too. But yeah, Urgot's kind of the only reason they're still in there. Bruce is they are, yeah, and they want to fight before the dragon comes up, so they can kind of secure it. They don't want to have to. I'm guessing they don't want to have to play in the jungle with a bunch of blind spots.
Yeah.
They want to fight in the open.
Malphite is peacocking. He's peacocking. He's letting them know. He's got R up. Yeah.
Those gen crits did 1,500 damage, by the way. I don't know if y'all saw that, but 1,500 damage. Bro. All right, we got the Soul Dragon for both teams.
Oh, and it's on.
Ocean Soul. It's up right now.
Yeah. They're going to try to... Oh, missing the root. Aided landing the root coming through. Alting onto the backline. Intensify, you're in a little too deep, man. Jing gets his reload off and says, thank you, sir, come again. Malphite killing the Ashe. Nivea, you're just... Oh, she flashes out. Urgot missing the ult. Getting locked up. And going down. Another kill going over to the Jhin. And that's it. That's all she wrote.
What a game. That's Ocean Soul. That's probably the game, honestly. Rubber Ducky team somehow finding a way back into this. Now up 4,000 gold, excuse me. What a bonkers looking fight that was. That was so long, man. These are so tanky. They're so tanky. Oh my god, I love this. Okay, so I said at the beginning of the game that they're putting a ton of faith into One Above on the Jhin, and he is exceeding expectations right now. 1637, 322 CS. He is going off. I want to see this damage charge actually after the game. I bet he has more damage than anyone by like 20,000. It's like he's doing way too much damage.
Yeah.
Like
I'm damaged. The emotional stress of this game. They actually turned it around from like a 5K gold difference with like, you know, a slim win condition. I honestly, once Malphite started just ulting Nivea Ashe, like they started winning every team fight.
Mm-hmm. They did. They're taking out the carries, which is exactly what they have to do. But like, I don't really know what Big Shmeat Gang can do. Like they're just like, it's kind of just a draft diff at this point because it's so late in the game that like everyone is so tanky on RDT. It's just. Like,
yeah, they have to play team fights accordingly. I think Intensify just got a little over ambitious on some of those ults, and you know, that's just the bane of J4. You go a little bit too deep. Grandmaster might be getting caught out here though. They're on the flank. Aphanite stepping up, ulting out of the backline. Intensify doesn't get the Jhin. They're gonna get caught up. The Gore Drinker coming through. Grandmaster goes down almost. He's gonna get executed. Thank you, sir. You've been collected. 1v Nami getting the Jhin out of the fight while Aphanite's just zoning Intensify and the Anivia. And now they're just, you know, they're running through them.
Give her the penta. Give him the penta.
Quadra going over to one above.
This man 1000% deserves a penta, and I think they're going for it. Go for it. Go for it. You can do it. Oh my goodness! I remember when the score was like 20-20. Now it's 40-25. Ever
They grow up
since
so fast.
ever since like the 30-minute mark, RDT has just been controlling this game.
Yeah, it's like the TSM thing, right? Like the first 3 quarters. Oh, get it!
Oh, unofficial.
Unofficial.
That counts. That counts. We're gonna say it counts. But that's game right there. That's game.
Yeah. From a great start to just getting the game taken away from him. It was just like that.
Wow.
You're still eating dinner. The waiter takes your food. That's what happened.
That's actually a fantastic way to put it. That was what a freaking game that was. And also, just want to note that we actually got to the end of the game. We saw the Nexus explode, unlike the other games that we've had recently with that bug. But
Yeah.
all right, I want to see these damage charts. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I want to see this. I can I can give you the gist. Okay, so Jin did about 56 or 55,500 damage. There it is. There it is, Mr. Beijus. We appreciate you. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
The like once they started focusing more so on Anivia did only like 31k damage. She got out damaged by Amumu, Malphite, Pantheon, obviously Jin, even Urgot. Hell, J4 even did more damage.
Yeah, it was Anivia just couldn't do anything. She got targeted every single time. But yeah, I think we're ready for some interviews, Mr. Pastries.
Yeah. Let's get the boys in here.
Let's get this the winner. Let's get Aided in here.
What a game.
That was awesome. I love casting these, man. These are so fun. Absolutely love it. Hello. Mr. Aided.
Hey, how's it going?
Captain of Rubber Ducky team. What a game that was. That was so much fun to watch. Take us through it. Like what was your thought process going through that game?
What was our thought process going into the game? I guess we kind of realized that at some point the game was going to become the Jin show, and it was kind of going to revolve around that. We decided to prio bot lane over jungle, and that was kind of what happened. We got banned. I think it was like 4 jungle bans or something like that from us.
Yeah,
like
7
3
total.
and 2. Yeah, like 7 total jungle bans. Yeah, it was weird. It's a weird game, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
it
one
certainly
for the
was.
books for sure.
Yeah, so we were hoping that our like wombo combo at the end would work out, and it seems like it kind of did.
Certainly. Yeah, I said at the beginning of the game that you're putting a lot of pressure on Jin to carry this because like Pantheon, although he does damage early and mid, he won't be doing very much late, and you have so many tanks that he has to step up. And my God, he stepped up all right. He got that unofficial pet at the end, 55,000 damage. Just talk a little bit on his performance this game.
Hayden's really comfortable on Jin. I think would have preferred the picks that they banned out against this comp, but at the end of the day, he's a really competent Jin, and we were confident that he could perform.
Absolutely, and perform he did. August, got any questions?
No, I mean, that was quite the performance. Is there anything you guys feel? Because like the early game, I don't know, you guys were throwing literally everyone at bot lane, or like you threw everyone top lane for the kill on Urgot and traded. So are there any little macro things that you kind of saw? You guys, the back end of the game was super clean, but like the first 15 minutes, it was like, eh.
Yeah. This is like a different team comp than we usually run. It's also
you have a sub mid too.
Yeah, we have a sub mid. We have a new support. We don't play around like global ults a whole lot from mid at least. So it was definitely a learning curve for the early game. I think there were a couple of like big moments where the early game kind of slipped out of our fingers. Like us trying to gank Anivia early and where she just popped Pantheon and walked away. I think Complexipedia was explaining to me that was just a micro mistake. But yeah, those kind of things really sting when you're playing for like early game through mid. But props to everyone for keeping their mental in check and kind of realizing we had the late game story.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys won.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. That was a great game to watch. Are there any teams that you look forward to playing, or any teams that you're kind of keeping an eye out for?
Yeah, I think the other top spot teams we'd love to play. We're looking forward to it. I think MBBC and the name is blanking on me. The other,
I think luck of the draw.
Yeah, luck of the draw. Yeah, we're eager to play those guys. I don't think we have yet, and they seem like strong teams.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's gonna be it for me. Great game. Mm-hmm. Aiden, I don't know if you have any final closing remarks you want.
Congratulations. Oh, did you say Aiden or Aidid?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what? Both you. We'll start with Aiden.
With an N. Okay.
Yeah. N.
Congratulations. It was extremely fun to watch. Really looking forward to watching you guys play next week.
Sweet. Thank you. And yeah, thanks to our team. Thanks to Eats Pastries for figuring out our emergency sub at literally the last minute. It was like 6:14 that they found us a sub. That was very helpful. And we're looking forward to our next game.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Indeed, Mr. Castoroma. Castoroma, are you there, my friend? AFK.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Oh, wow. That was fun.
Coming off of that game, that was something.
It was definitely something.
Yeah, I walk us through kind of your thought process, because I mean, you guys through the first 19, 20 minutes of the game, I think we saw an inhib pop at 18 minutes. So you guys were up 5k gold with an inhib down, and I mean, it seemed like you guys had it kind of in the bag, but one thing led to another, and it would happen towards the late game.
I mean, I haven't VOD reviewed it yet, so I can't name an exact point, but I think as a whole, we just weren't able to execute the team fights when we had the lead good enough, and and then we lost the lead, and the team fights just kind of seemed like a lost cause. So there's a couple times where we made some catches, and maybe could have forced a little harder on a team fight in those scenarios, but eventually got to a point everyone was playing pretty tight knit. There was no catch options. That it was just you're fighting or you're doing something else on the map or trading an objective for an objective, and it just we weren't able to pull it through on the team fight end of it, and that's really what I guess the story of the game was. They were able to group and team fight better eventually. The Jhin was very strong and hard to get to, and that's how it played out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did toss a few different bans at jungle. Would you have maybe drafted anything or left anything up in regards to the Amumu? Because I think you guys had Intensify actually flashed on to Pantheon to get him caught out, but the Shen ult came through, and even the Amumu ult stopped, and he wound up living through that. And I think they actually turned the fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I think that could have just been a case of everybody being on the same page fast enough. I mean, Pantheon's very close to dying, to the point where, like, if someone was a little bit closer, right, another teammate was a little bit closer, able to get a couple more abilities, it could have been a lot better. As far as drafting goes, I think the only place where we could have done a little better is maybe a better ADC pick. I think Ashe was just kind of left in the dust eventually, and that was probably that was our biggest weakness, was the Ashe pick. I think maybe finding a better pick to help us access the back line, maybe something with a little more mobility, would have worked in our favor and helped us keep the lead we had and kept it moving to the point where it didn't get stalled so long that the 80 carry was, useless.
Yeah.
Not that Jin was useless. Jin was very useful.
Yeah, no,
Just
he
a
had a
little
lot of he had a lot of he had
Damage.
a front
they-
line.
That's,
Yeah,
oh,
they had
that
the
too.
they
Beat
had to
on beat.
protect. Yeah, they had to protect the Jin comp, and they played the team fights better. Our macro at the beginning of the game was extremely clean, and we just kind of to let it slip. A couple of bad fights put them back into the point where they could do stuff again.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I looked at it, and even Malphite, I think if every time he R'd you from like mid game, you would get chunked for like 3/4 HP.
yeah, and then
But
just
overall, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was to say, yeah, and just a lot of I mean, even if it was just a Malphite ult, that's livable. But then a Malphite ult and a Mumu ult, a Pantheon stun is a lot of CC, and I mean that's a way to play the game, But at least, if nothing else, it created a pretty entertaining game. I hope for all the AVG viewers out there.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
But yeah, you guys seem to know what you guys need to do for the next game, especially based on a comp like this. Although I doubt we'll see anything really similar to that because that's kind of a one-time thing, But just like the comp, like the full tank protect the Jin comp because like it really relied on Jin and
I mean,
or a carry like that, not just. But yeah.
right? You can't do that around anybody. One above played really well, so I give their whole team props.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, you guys seem to know what you need to work on for the next week. And although you guys did lose tonight, you guys are still in a pretty good spot for the playoffs that are a few weeks, about a month now, a little over a month. But yeah, if I don't have any more questions, August, if you have nothing.
No, that was it. Great game. It was fun to watch. Like I said, obviously it didn't turn out as you guys would hope, but hopefully you guys can go back and kind of make some corrections when needed or where needed.
Absolutely.
Do you have any closing thoughts or anything you want to say before we head out?
No, nothing particularly. Just we're still in it. We're still competing, and I mean, I just want to say I'm still proud of my team for the way that first half went. It was, it was like a clarity moment. Everything was coming together so well, and if it's just a matter of just finishing out,
Yeah, no, it was dominant from the start. Just have to learn on, closing it up and
Thank you.
finishing. But yeah, thank you.
Alrighty. Well, what a freaking game that was. That was so much fun to watch in the cast. Thank you to everybody who came out and supported the channel. We really do appreciate you all. August, any last any closing words? Any last words?
That was it. That was great. That was one hell of a game. We still have a few more games to play this week. If I do recall, this game was supposed to be played last week, so you should still expect to see 4 games this weekend.
Yeah, and looking at the schedule right now, actually, Saturday is pretty loaded from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. We have 3 games. It looks like one of them is still up in the air, but 2 are confirmed. It's going to be On the Spot versus Mailbox's Angels at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and Lamar Jackson Fan Club versus Rubber Ducky Team, which is still pending, but that's pending for 6 p.m. Pacific time. And what teams are those? MS and BCFC.
Oh,
Mod Squad! Let's go,
Mod
baby.
Squad.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah.
But thank you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Tonight was awesome. The game was great, and I appreciate the support from all you guys. So
Absolutely. Peace, everybody.